In this video, we're going to have a look at what's called a squeeze or a squeeze play. And it's what is called aggressive base running. And you're forcing the fielding side, so as base runners, you're forcing the fielding side to make a decision. So let's have a look at what's happening here. I've got an unforced runner at second base because there's nobody on first. And I've got a batter up to bat. Now, because this runner is unforced, they don't have to run, no matter what happens, okay? Even if it's a big long ball, if it's infield, if it pops up, they can stay where they are. It doesn't make a difference, okay? They're not forced to go to third. So in this situation, the infield should be talking to each other and saying, right, we do not have a force play on third base. If they start running and we get the ball to third, it doesn't make a difference. They are not forced, so they wouldn't be out. So realistically, the only play that the infield should make is to get the out at one. So if this doesn't go in the outfield, if this is an infield ball, so the ball goes over here, the batter sets off running. Run, 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 run. It's an infield ground ball. So they're going to run. First baseman's going to come across. Now, as soon as that ball is thrown, this runner can advance. If they stood off their base, or if they get halfway, or if they start running because they do not understand the difference between a forced runner and an unforced runner, okay? So in this situation, hopefully you understand the difference and you've listened to your base coaches. If this runner on second doesn't understand that and they set off running, then shortstop or even third base can just run along and put a tag on them and they would be out because they've left their base. So because they don't want to run into a tag, okay, they don't want to run into this person here and be tagged out with the ball, they would stay where they are. If I'm fielding over here and they start running, well, I'm just going to put a tag on them because I get one out and then I've got a potential to throw it across and get a second out. So it's very important as a base runner to understand whether you are forced or unforced. I don't want to run into a tag. However, if I'm clever as a base runner, I can take advantage of the fact that I'm unforced. So if this batter is running, as soon as shortstop or third base or any infielders really, as soon as they throw it across to first base to try and get the out over here, I'm then running on to third. And the reason for that is third baseman over here has to tag me rather than just a simple force play. The ball has got to get all the way over here to first base. First base has then got to realise that that runner is running and then throw it all the way across to third base, and third base is then going to tag this runner. And generally, that's not enough time to occur and the runner can safely make it all the way to third. If that runner is out, okay, then the play generally stops there, okay? You don't want to run to third and run into a tag. However, if that batter makes it, okay, if that batter makes it, then they could go over there. So they make it to the orange part and they carry on running. At this point here, you might hear somebody go, squeeze. So the ball's over here somewhere. It's been thrown across to first base and the batter runner's over here. And if they are paying attention, if they understand the rules, they'll listen to their coach, they will hear the word squeeze. And what squeeze does is it forces this person here to make the fielding team make a decision. They're going to then start heading down towards home plate. They're going to start heading down towards being able to score a run. So if they start running that way, the ball wants to come over here to the catcher so that this runner is going to run into this tag. So at that point there, the ball comes over here and they go, you know what, I'm not going to run into tag, I'm going to retreat to third base. If that throw is made and the runner is then forced back to third, this batter runner should take note of that and go, you know what, the ball's over here now. I can then run all the way over here. I can enter the field of play and become live. And I'm going to run all the way to second. So if that decision is made and this batter runner is paying attention, if they're running over here, then the batting team need to make it, the fielding team need to make a decision. Does that ball then come over here? Because if the ball then comes over here to stop that batter, then this runner starts running. So then the ball comes over here and chases them back, but they start running. So the ball comes over there and they chip it. So you're in a bit of a quandary as a fielding team. Do you keep the ball there and that batter advances to second base? Or do you keep the ball here and allow the runner to score a run? So when you hear a squeeze play, it's generally in this situation where you've got a runner at first and a runner at third. Okay, the runner at first might be just the runner, or it might be the batter runner who's batted and actually arrived on base. So listen to the calls from the sideline and your coach. If it's a squeeze play, the responsibility really is on the lead runner because they've got less to think about. They can see the play, okay? This batter runner is just running hell for leather up this line. So they then start running down, and it's the fielding team's decision. Do they throw the ball here and potentially allow this batter to get to second? And now you've got runners at second and third. Or do you throw the ball to second and stop this batter here, but allow the runner to come in and score? And as a fielding side, you've got to make a decision, probably before the game, the captain will make a decision. Do we allow the runner to score, okay, sacrifice another run against us, but keep a force play at second base, because that turns into that. So the runner then is forced into second, so it's an easier play to get the force out. Or is it a very, very close game and you keep the runner at third and you turn into that? So you don't allow a runner to score, but there's now no force play on the field. So in that situation, that's a little bit more dangerous, because now if that's a good hit, you're now allowing 2 runs in to score. So even though you might allow 1 run in to score by keeping a runner at second, by allowing the runners to get into scoring position, you might now allow 2 runs to come in to score. So sometimes you have to make a best of a bad situation. As base runners, you have to understand this situation here. First and second, hear the word squeeze. You've practiced it in training. You then want to do this, okay? So the runner wants to head down to home. That runner wants to head to second. Don't get tagged out with the ball. Basically, wherever the ball goes to, the other runner advances. The ball goes to there, the run goes in here. If the ball goes to there, that runner expands there. And what you might end up with is that happening there. The ball just keep going back and forth, okay? If that happens, or the runners, okay, so you might end up doing this forever and ever, end up with a sort of a Doctor Strange type situation where it lasts for the rest of time. That isn't the case, okay? To stop this sort of situation where they're just going, no, forever and ever, these runners must make a decision. These runners must go, you know what, I'm going. If they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, the umpire will just call time and the runners will have to retreat. So as a base runner, you can't just make a, half attempt, wait, can I, yes, no, I'm going to go back forward. You have to make a discerned, play towards the plate that you're heading for. So if that's the case and the ball comes here, that'll come in here, but this runner then has to make a decision. They can't just go, no. If you do, the umpire will say, you know what? You're not running really, you're just pretending. So the play will be called dead, the runners will have to return. So you can't sort of take the mick and go, no, back and forth, okay? Otherwise the play would last forever. So squeeze play, start making a run. If they throw there, then that happens. Okay, there's no back and forth. If you do start running and that ball comes across there, then you start running, okay? And we will practice the squeeze play in training.